Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If this is your first time here, subscribe. It's absolutely free. Subscribe down below. My name is Silem. Very pleased to meet you. Today I'm going to show you guys how to make shorts. I'm going to teach you how to draft the shorts, how to cut it, and how to sew it. In addition, I'm going to also show you how to make a zipper fly and how to attach your zip to your zipper fly. I'm also going to teach you how to insert pockets to your shorts as well. So if this is something you're interested in or you want to see how I do it, then definitely keep on watching. Don't forget to hit the like button if you like this video. Without further ado, let's get right into the video. Oh, hey, I didn't see you there. I'm using 1.5 yards of fabric for this short. I simply folded it in half, and now I'm simply just drawing a baseline at the top. From that baseline downwards, I'm marking 10 inches, which is going to serve as my crotch depth, while the length of my short is 19 inches. Depending on how the size of your hips, your crotch depth actually varies. And I'm just marking the side lines. I divided my shape measurement by 4, and then I marked that measurement on the waistline, which is the baseline. And then I divided my lap measurement by 2 and marked that on the crotch depth line. I simply added 1/2 inch allowance, and then I'm just drawing curves to connect both points. At the baseline, I'm also adding 1/2 inch allowance. Now from that baseline downwards, I marked 6 inches, which is going to serve as my zipper fly. For the bottom part, I divided my lap measurement again by 2, but I subtracted 2 inches from that measurement, and that's why I marked at the bottom part. So I'm just cutting along those lines. Once that's done, this is what we're going to have. Now I'm going to take the fabric again and fold it in half once again, so I can use the front pattern to cut the back. And now I'm just folding the zipper fly to get it out of the way, and then I'm just trimming the sides. Basically, I'm trimming the sides of the back to match with the front. Now for the crotch parts, the fabric I had for my back piece was not wide enough, so I had to join some part of the fabric so that it actually is enough. And now I'm just adding 1.5 inches at the top part there in a curve, and then for the bottom part I added 2 inches. Now I'm simply just going to cut along those lines I've drawn. And now I'm folding the back piece so that I can match it with the front piece, so I can get the exact point where the front and the back crotches meet. Once I get that point, I'm simply just adding 3 inches allowance at that point. So for the top part, which is closer to the waist, I added 1.5 inches. For the bottom part, which is after the crotch, I added 2 inches. But for the crotch, I added 3 inches. I just drew curves to connect all those points, and then I'm cutting them. Now I'm simply just marking where my pocket's gonna lie. So along that baseline, I marked 4 inches, and then down by the side, I marked 6 inches. I just created notches on both sides so I can fold it and iron it. So when I'm attaching my pockets, I know exactly where it goes. And now for the back piece, I'm simply just getting the middle so I can notch my the point where my dart would actually be, because I'm not going to be putting a dart on the front, but I'm going to put in a dart at the back. And that's what it looks like once we're done cutting. Now for the band, I'm simply just taking a 4.5 inch wide band by 31 inch long. Now obviously the length will depend on your waist. The dimensions for my pocket is 9.5 inches long, 7 inches wide, and then the part where I'm going to attach the fabric is 4 inches wide. So this is the fabric I'm going to be attaching to the pocket. It is 10 inches long and 4.5 inches wide. I'm just going to open my pocket, and then I'm going to place the fabric right sides facing with the pocket, and then I'm going to sew along that line that I had previously drawn. And then I'm going to flip that to cover it up, and then I'm going to sew the pocket to the lining, following the shape of the pocket. Now I'm just going to trim out any excess fabric that's left so that everything is nice and neat. This is what it looks like. Now I'm going to take one side of my front piece. Still, I'm going to mark it at the 4 inches, but then I decided to increase the length to 8 inches, the side where I'm going to attach the pocket. I decided to increase it to 8 inches, but it's still 4 inches wide, just because I want enough room for my hands to go through the pocket. Now I'm just folding the pocket again, and then I'm placing the shorts, or the one side of the front rather, I'm placing that on top of the pocket, and then I'm just marking a diagonal line at the point where the folded part of the front, the folded part of the shorts. Guys, I don't know, English has failed me, literally. I'm simply just cutting the shorts, the front bit of the shorts, and also the pocket as well, so that they are both aligned and I can sew them together. I'm now placing them right sides facing and sewing them together. And then I'm opening that up. Now I'm making sure that the allowance is facing the lining side. I'm just going to go ahead and top stitch that. This would allow the pockets to sit flat once I'm done. I'm just folding that back to return it to the original position, and then I'm just going to tack the top part so that the pocket and the fabric stays in place, and then I'll do the same thing for the bottom part of the pocket. Now this is what we have. I'm just going to go ahead and just sew close the pockets. Once I've sewn it closed, I'm just going to go ahead and weave the pocket so that it doesn't fray, because I simply use the lining. So yeah. Now for the back bits, the part where I had notched for my darts, I'm just going to fold it at that point, and then just mark 5 inches for the length of my darts, and then I'm just going to start with 1/4 inch seam allowance, and then make it taper down at the end of the 5 inches mark. Now, having done the front pieces and the back pieces, I'm just going to take one front piece and one back piece, and then I'm just going to sew them together at one side. And then I'm going to open that up, and then I'll do the same thing for the other front and back pieces. Once I'm done with that, I'm placing the front and back pieces right sides facing with the other front and back pieces, and then I'm just sewing along that crotch line. I'm just going to do that on both sides. And now I'm opening it up, and as you can see, our short is almost done. I'm just making sure that the crotch seams align, and then from that point I'm just sewing it down on both sides. And that's what we have. I'm just going to turn that to the right side. Now I'm just going to put my zipper. To do that, I'm simply just loosening the seam I had done earlier. and I'm just placing my zipper right sides facing, and then I'm just sewing that down. Once I've done one side, I'm just placing it, and then I'm making sure that the other side of the zipper fly actually covers the zipper while I sew it on the right side. And this is what we have. As you can see, the zipper is completely covered with the zipper fly. Now I'm just tacking the zipper so that it doesn't the zipper head doesn't go out once I pull the zipper upwards. Now I'm just taking my band and I'm just closing up one end so that it's nice and neat, and then I'm just placing the band on the waist of the shorts, and then I'm just sewing it all the way around. Once I get to the end of the other side, I'm just going to cut out any excess band, and then I'm just going to complete that stitching. And once we're done, this is what we have. I went ahead to put in buttonholes and all that good stuff. That's it, guys. This is how to make a cute short with pockets and a zipper fly. This is what it looks like. I made a blazer to wear with it. If you want a tutorial on this blazer, let me know in the comment section. Thanks for watching, guys. Bye.